Camille Robinson Regis is wrong about Kamla Persad Bissessar. And here's why. An editorial by Professor Wall Street. In what can only be described as a deeply misguided and disrespectful attack on opposition leader Kamla Persad Bissessar, Attorney General Camille Robinson Regis used the PNM's April 23rd Women's Platform in St. James to question the fitness, mental, physical, and political of a woman who has already held the office of Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Her remarks, peppered with ageist rhetoric, gendered mockery, and outright distortions, highlight more about her own unfitness for public office than they do about Mrs. Persad Bissessar. Let's set the record straight. 10 reasons Camille Robinson Regis is absolutely wrong about Kamla Persad Bissessar. 1. Proven leadership. Kamla Persad Bissessar served as Prime Minister from 2010 to 2015, the first woman to do so in Trinidad and Tobago. Under her leadership, the country saw economic growth, infrastructure development, and increased access to education. 2. Academic credentials. Kamla holds a Bachelor of Laws, LLB, and was called to the bar at Gray's Inn, London, and a Legal Education Certificate, LEC, from Hugh Wooden Law School. She also earned a Diploma in Education and a Master of Business Administration, MBA, with a focus on public sector management from UWI. Robinson Regis, in contrast, attended Bishop Anstey High School and later the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, where she studied law. 3. Cabinet experience. Kamla served in multiple high-profile ministries, Attorney General, Education and Legal Affairs, before becoming PM. Stuart Young, while a seasoned MP, has not held executive office as head of government. 4. Global recognition. Kamla was ranked among Forbes' most powerful women in the world during her term. She has received global awards for leadership and gender equity, credentials that Robinson, Regis, and Young simply cannot match. 5. Healthcare initiatives. During Kamla Persad Bissessar's term as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago from 2010 to 2015, her People's Partnership government undertook several significant healthcare infrastructure projects, including both new construction and refurbishment of hospitals and health centers, a stark contrast to today's strained health sector. 6. Education legacy. The laptop program, scholarships, and UWI expansion under Kamla's term transformed youth access to tertiary education. 7. Corruption-free leadership. Despite politically motivated attempts, no corruption charges have ever stuck to Persad Bissessar. The same cannot be said about other figures in public life. 8. Constitutional respect. Kamla's administration never attempted to undermine democratic institutions. Robinson Regis's attack reeks of fear-mongering, not facts. 9. Parliamentary presence. Camille mocks Kamla's contributions, yet Kamla has served in Parliament since 1995 and led the UNC for over a decade, a record unmatched in consistency and service. 10. Gender disrespect. Camille's comment about Kamla needing a 5-day weekend was not just insulting, it was anti-feminist and ageist. From a woman in high office, it was a disgrace. Comparing qualifications, Kamla Persad Bissessar versus Stuart Young. When evaluating the fitness and qualifications of Kamla Persad Bissessar and Stuart Young for the role of Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, a close examination of their academic, professional, and political accomplishments reveals a stark contrast, one that strongly favors Persad Bissessar as the more experienced and capable leader. Kamla Persad Bissessar holds an LLB from the University of the West Indies, UWI, a Legal Education Certificate, LEC, from the Hugh Wooden Law School, and a Master of Business Administration, MBA, with a focus on public sector management from UWI. She is also a member of Gray's Inn, a prestigious legal institution in the UK. Stuart Young, while legally trained with an LLB from UWI and LEC from Hugh Wooden, does not hold a postgraduate law degree nor international legal recognition. In terms of political leadership, Persad Bissessar has held some of the most senior positions in the country: Prime Minister, Attorney General, Minister of Education, and Opposition Leader. Stuart Young, on the other hand, has served as Minister of National Security, Minister of Energy, and Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister. He has never led a political party or a national election campaign until recently, where he was selected rather than elected like, whereas Persad Bissessar led the United National Congress, UNC, to a historic general election victory in 2010. Persad Bissessar has over 28 years of parliamentary experience, more than triple that of Young, who has served approximately 9 years. Her influence on national policy has been transformative. During the period May 2010 to September 2015, the Kamla Persad Bissessar-led government led the unprecedented expansion of education from nursery to tertiary. Back then, the policies of no child would be left behind and education as the basis for people-centered development transcended every decision made by the People's Partnership government. Young's main achievement touted by the government involves LNG contract negotiations. On the global stage, Kamla Persad Bissessar has been recognized by Forbes and the Commonwealth for her contributions to leadership and gender equality. Stuart Young has no such international recognition or demonstrated record of advocacy for gender issues. Notably, Persad Bissessar broke barriers as the first female prime minister in Trinidad and Tobago, while Young has not been associated with significant progress in equality or social reform. Regarding parliamentary debates, Camille Regis pointed out that Young participated in 88 bill debates and 57 motion debates, compared to Persad Bissessar's 51 bill debates and 27 motions. However, this does not factor in her role as Prime Minister, where ministers typically lead the majority of debates. As the head of the cabinet, she was responsible for setting national priorities and policies, not simply debating them on the floor. In terms of public controversy, Persad Bissessar has never been charged with any criminal wrongdoing. Stuart Young, however, faced significant public scrutiny during the COVID-19 pandemic for his role in granting travel exemptions, raising questions about transparency and fairness. When all factors are considered, academic background, leadership experience, policy impact, and international recognition, Kamla Persad Bissessar's record clearly eclipses that of Stuart Young. Her proven ability to lead a government, manage national crises, and champion transformative policies marks her as the more qualified and fit candidate to serve as the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Camille Regis is not fit to be Attorney General. Given that Regis still have questions to be answered on the $93,000 bank deposit in the past and has never practiced law at a senior level in the courts of Trinidad and Tobago, one must ask, is she truly fit to be AG? Her public statements are frequently partisan, inflammatory, and now openly disrespectful, unbecoming of the chief legal officer of the land. Her attempt to use women's advancement as a political weapon against a fellow woman shows not empowerment but opportunism. Instead of discussing legal reform, human rights, or justice modernization, Regis used her platform to attack a stateswoman based on sexist tropes. The verdict. Kamla Persad Bissessar is not just fit to be Prime Minister. She is more prepared, more experienced, and more visionary than any current contender. If the PNM truly believes that Stuart Young is the best they have to offer, they should present him on merit, not by tearing down a former Prime Minister whose legacy speaks volumes. The real danger to our democracy isn't Kamla Persad Bissessar. It's the rising tide of political disrespect, misinformation, and personal attacks that seek to replace debate with derision. Let's elevate the conversation